could see that. I've done a lot of videos on this song, but I just turned and I don't know if you were able to see the fretting hand. Well, I made a lot of videos on this song, but I was messing around today with one of these, a pick, and I said I could do something a little different, because the authentic way is with your fingers, but you could try it with a pick by doing something like this. Because I've done many videos on the fingerstyle tutorial, so I thought by playing the thickest string open, then the thinnest string with an upstroke, you could then fret the B string. Let me turn a little bit. You could then fret the B string with the first finger, the 3rd fret, and then simply do this like normal, right? You could even double up on that, pull off. So that's thickest string with the downstroke, upstroke on the thinnest. Then I would advise you to use this finger. In these particular guitars, I should say the LG 3/4, they're kind of, I'm just recently seeing them being described on Reverb as ideal for finger pickers because of their bright voice and so on. And it is very nice. I was just playing the previous video using this, and I thought that video came out so easily, why not do one more? So this goes here, and this is normal. Now, how do I normally play that on fingerstyle? Normally I go. Normally it's a continuous bass. I was to show you, and when you do with the pick, it's not. So you want to talk about specifics? Starts out with some palm muting. Well, the entire thing has palm muting, but starts out, that's the first thing. Then you can just try to do something like this with some palm muting. Because eventually you're going to need to work the thumb and the fingers at the same time. And there's certain things to keep in mind when learning something like that. So after one thickest fat string, you're after one thickest fat string, you can see my ring here goes down 5th fret of the B, and I quickly move to the 3rd fret where I'm playing the thinnest 2 strings, ring finger, 3rd fret B, pinky, 3rd fret of the thinnest string. And I give it this slight bend. And that's everything, because it's not like an extensive bend, but it's something you hear on the record. And there's limited footage of Hubert playing this. And to be honest with you, on the actual recording, when you slow it down to half speed, it's possible there's several guitars that they added them on later and so forth. It's also important that you learn the variation, which is this. That's playing the thickest string and the thinnest string together. And then our middle goes down on the 3rd fret, B string. And this is the same. And there's really no particular logic to when he does the variation. You know, the idea is, if you've ever seen footage of Hubert playing this, that's kind of the idea, is to mix things up just a little bit. But except one thing I always keep in mind is the beginning, though, where it starts off. Okay, that's once. Now here's a variation. Why do I say that? Because that's when the singing comes in. That's when Howlin Wolf comes in. Whoa, smokestack lightnin. Look at the guitar. Tell me, baby. Get yourself one of these, you'll really be playing. Alright. So remember palm muting, it's just this part of my palm. It's down here. But you also want it to be clear of the G string. Might help you to tap your foot. Or slow it down. Tap inside your shoe. Now, what was I showing you with a pick? It's a Fender heavy pick. What I was showing you with the pick was this going. With an upstroke. That's the 3rd fret of the B string played with the index finger. Forget about the E string, the thickest string after that. See that? And then you hit it again. So what's in the middle is with a pause. You need that accuracy, land here. So that's a pause when this would normally be. But that is a way to play with a pick, and I've always been kind of curious about that until I sat down and worked it out. You want to play it authentic, you play it twice as fast as I played it in the beginning of this video, and play it the way I did, you know. That's with 2 fingers. And if you see footage of Hubert Sumlin playing this on YouTube, you may just see 1 finger. But on the record, you know, the classic record, you hear this. If you don't know, Howlin Wolf, real name Chester Burnett. I suggest you look up as many clips on YouTube as you can, become a student, and if you want to listen to Hubert, you can listen to certain clips of Hubert Sumlin playing this song on YouTube as well. But there's a lot of people claiming that using a pick is the authentic way, and it's not. Or even people showing you misconstrued versions of the fingerstyle approach. So I thought it would be cool to make a video showing you how to do it with a pick if you wanted to do it just for fun. You know, that's by going like that. It's just unusual, you know, it's a different approach when I've spent so long. Let me back up a little bit. Probably should have fixed the angle from the beginning. It's a different approach when I've spent so long going. Oh, here's another subtlety. Sometimes Hubert Sumlin hits the thickest string harder. Listen. Right there. How am I doing that bend? Slightly pushing upwards until I get the desired sound. See that slide? Let off. This occurs at the same time. Pluck the note, so it almost occurs at the same time. Hear it? You're sliding into that. How am I doing that? It's a little pull off. And you can come up with any variations you want. What if you played that twice? See that? I just mixed it up. Literally. It's one of those unusual songs where you can play the same exact thing, and just by the attitude and approach you take to it, you can make it sound different. You can make these little subtleties make it stand out, even though technically on paper you may be playing the same notes. So that's the thing. Start off with that thickest string, fat string. And if you want to forget about all the subtleties and just focus on getting it right, getting it in time, that's a good idea too. is, it's the speed of the original recording that really gives it that swing. No, it's not something you're going to have to listen. I recommend taking the original recording and slowing it down to half speed. Half speed reveals everything, not 75% speed, not 100% or 80%. Half speed. And if you go slower than that, I find you start distorting things too much. So, oh, if you want to talk about the guitar a little bit, I'm getting what kind of sounds I'm getting and stuff. This is a vintage Gibson 1950 LG2 3/4. It's similar to a Gibson LG1 of this time period and the LG2 of this time period, but it shares the same bracing of the LG1, which is it's ladder braced. These are light as a feather, at least this one is. I have two of these. My other one isn't as light as this. So it's a shorter scale guitar, kind of, you could say they designed these like a parlor. Really, it was a model designed for students or even women or people with smaller hands, which I've got normal size hands. I don't have like bass player type of hands, like if you've ever seen that Homer Simpson episode of The Simpsons where he's got like those fat hands. He's like, yeah, you don't have those long skinny fingers of a guitar player, you got the short stubs of a bass player. Well, I got the opposite. But whenever I'm playing fingerstyle like this is what I want to play, honestly. Or the Gibson SG would be kind of cool with this. But that's what we got as far as tone. It was a no-brainer. It's only a Gibson is good enough. But yeah, it's still going, I guess. I don't know when I'm gonna upload this. Let's see, did I touch on everything? We're gonna start with this. You can start just like that, even slower. So my technique is allowing me to slide and so on and get a good sound without it getting any excess string noise or the strings not ringing out. That's the way you need it. And really, it's like you break it into components. if you have to take the pick again. Remember, pause. That's almost like three sections. This will be a first section. And here. Then remember here. So you really only have to hit this once per time if you use a pick. So that really opens up some options, and that's why I wanted to remake this, because I have never done a video playing this with a pick. And that's why when I started out the video, I started out playing fingerstyle, just like the record, to show you first the authentic. Because if I started out with a pick, believe me, people will get in there and say, no, you know, even though this is one of the first things I learned. But if you wanted to use a pick, I wanted to show you how. Thick a string, open, then the string open. That's a downstroke and then an upstroke. Then a downstroke on the 3rd fret B string, and then play it with your index. Then this is normal, sliding from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret on the G string. Index goes down on the 3rd fret B string. Then back to the 4th fret G string. Then the pull off, 2nd fret 3rd string. Pull off to open. Then here, 2nd fret 4th string. And I should probably cancel out, because I'm not going to have enough space to actually make a thumbnail for this if I don't. That requires space. But I thought it would be a cool video to show you that you can, in fact, play this with a pick. Just know that the people teaching you how to play should know the real version first, like the authentic version. If I show you real close what my fingers are doing, I'll get the sound hole to just. Don't worry that it didn't hit my guitar; it hit the chair. Like, guitar's fine. These nicks were already there. So the first note is this thickest. Boom. Before anything. It actually, if you listen to it at full speed on the record, comes in so fast, like that original record. But I'm showing you slow. Slide, I try and get it to be pleasant sounding. At the beginning, I could have done that better at the very beginning. Now the variation is coming. Another variation. I just thought of the idea of showing you a close-up on this too, the bend. Or you can call it like a little blues. Like you're curling the strings, putting a curl on it. make sure you're right behind the fret, not on top of it, so it rings out clear. And you get a nice, good sound. Make sure when you're not palm muting too low or you won't hear the B string. So you gotta keep those two things in mind constantly. And probably a lot more. But that's how you get a good sound. You're playing with your fingertips. Alright, well. Can't see that here. Talked about palm muting, right? Did I show you? Palm muting. Just like this. But enough space to clear for this. See, that sounds as if there's no muting. See, if I took the muting off, there's no muting. My hand's just out here. That's the way it's got to be. So it's a matter of pivoting, finding the sweet spot, so to speak, and once you get it, you can start to improvise with this. So that's an example. You tap your foot. Sometimes you want to tap it real hard when you first start out. I mean, you could get a metronome. Start tapping it hard. That's how it sounds crazy and it looks crazy, but it'll ensure that your timing's on point. Alright guys, thanks for checking this out.